Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
And today in this unimportant review, we have the Deluxe Mcfarlane Toys Spawn figure with the throne. Also, if you guys are interested in picking this up at the end of the review, Entertainment Earth has this guy. So link in the description if you guys would like to help support the channel and get your own Spawn figure for yourself.
We would appreciate it.
Awesomes. And they also just, you guys like collecting stuff? They have stuff for that too. Pretty much most everything, like especially this channel oriented, they have.
Yeah.
Outside of maybe some like the obscure anime stuff, but for the most part, like figure arts, monster arts.
Steve, we all want booby anime stuff.
They have that too. They actually had that Taimanin, whatever. It's like the Ninja Girls. That was also a Giggity anime. They have figures for that because it was like suggested for me, and I'm like, how did it know?
How does it know that I won't?
But anyways, maybe as I pick this up, I love Spawn. Been collecting the stuff that's been coming out, and like already, like this looks dope. Like him sitting on the throne. It's kind of what I've been wanting. Like I always like it when the figures come with like their own little diorama pieces. So I wanted to pick it up and kind of just see for myself if this thing is really worthwhile. But outside of that, without further ado, for its packaging, getting Spawn out of the way real quick, you just get lots of reds and blacks. You get the Spawn logo, tells you who it is on the bottom if you didn't already know. Back at the package, which is actually pretty sweet too, is you actually get the illustration that this is based off of.
Oh, actually that's kind of neat.
It looks cool, although, where's my spiders, Mcfarlane? Where's my hanging spider? Don't got that. But anyways, bottom, some Lego Mumbo Jumbo. That's pretty much it for that, dude. So
Actually, don't throw that box away. That's kind of neat. I like the back.
I'm probably gonna throw it away.
Yeah, I know you box thrower.
Only because I need the space. So when you get this, you're gonna have the throne. You're gonna have Spawn. You're also gonna have a Spawn stand, which you're probably never gonna use for the most part because
what would they send you a stand for?
Well, in case you want to pose your Spawn, because you get the option. I'm leaving him sitting right now because this is, I'm already going to tell you, this is the best way to display it. It's one of those odd...
It's the only way to display him, Steve.
It's the odd Mcfarlane thing where their figures, a lot of the times, are kind of meant to be in a certain pose.
Yeah.
So they're really heavily designed to be in that certain pose. And this guy is probably one of the greatest offenders, at least out of the newer stuff. Because, taking him off the throne, here he is.
Yeah, pretty good.
You notice anything kind of odd? Where's the rest of his cape? Also, he has got some booty cheeks if I've ever seen one.
Where's the cape at?
So, what they did is so that he could sit down, and if they would have kept this as a hard material, it's not going to work, right?
Yeah.
So, what they did is, it's missing the rest of the cape, but when he's sitting down, it looks natural, right?
Yeah.
And the rest of his cape is right here. So it's attached to the chair.
I guess it kind of makes sense, but then that kind of limits you to what you can do.
Well, that's what I mean, because you can have him not sitting, but if you want to have him with his cape with the cowl on, like...
Well, I kind of like the Spawn with no cape, though, Steve.
Well, that's what I was going to say. This looks kind of silly, but you can take this off. Because it just hooks in with a peg, and then you just have Spawn.
Now turn it around. That's right. Look what that cape's been hiding this whole time, people.
It wasn't hiding anything. We just realized, we just went over that it doesn't do anything. Anyways, also forgot to mention, this actually comes in 2 separate pieces, so you'll have to attach this. But it's pretty simple. You just follow the grooves and pops right in. I also like too that the throne kind of has a head thing going on. So it's got the skull here with the teeth coming off, and then it's got more of the vertebrae. That almost look kind of like teeth as well.
I'm kind of curious where this comes from, though.
And then it's got this giant skull. You got some rib cages. You got another spinal section hanging out here. Oddly enough, they stopped painting it there, even though it does continue. But then they sort of painted that skull, and there's a little paint on the rib cage in this centipede thing going on over here. There's also like some tires. There's more bugs. Actually, there's quite a bit more bugs. It's part of a motorcycle.
There's a gun.
There's a chainsaw. There's a really fudged up tire. More skulls. Oddly enough, though, they didn't paint that skull.
Maybe
Which also has a hand on the top of it.
Maybe it's supposed to be covered by something.
You would think of, but you kind of like, you have Spawn's arms sort of resting there.
Yeah.
So it does stand out a little bit, especially when you have the skulls over here, which this one looks like it's melting and it's screaming for its life. And then more skulls here on the side. I was going to say, also this kind of looks like a Terminator skull.
Oh, I know where I'm getting my skulls from my chair that you're supposed to make me.
It'd probably be easier for you just to buy this and put your guy on it. If I'm going to be honest.
No joke, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, essentially what you wanted, this is what it is.
Yeah.
We just got to remove this. I'm not sure why this is a separate piece.
Steve,
because you'll see here.
You need another Spawn figure?
I could always use more Spawn figures, to be fair.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy this. And this is the chair I need. It's exactly what I'm looking for.
Might as well. I was going to say, we could just touch it up with some, touch it up with paint.
Yeah, paint up some skulls and that's it.
Because to be honest, I'm tempted to do that anyways. Also, what I'm tempted to do is just take this and add fabric to it. So that he can sit down, the fabric will still just kind of tuck underneath.
But then don't you got to remove that part?
This part?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to remove that, but, it's not going to hurt anything. You're never going to see it anyways.
I think, honestly, the fabric would be a lot nicer and cleaner than that.
Yeah, well, the nice thing, too, is then, you have this hard section here, but with the so this won't lose its shape, which is nice, because then you don't have to worry about wires. And then if you just hook the fabric here, you just kind of have it just flowing off. And again, don't really have to worry about wires. I do like it's got the little chain here, though, with the skulls. Overall, it looks this part looks solid. I just kind of, again, I wish they would have just gave us some fabric. Again, don't have to give us a wire, just some fabric, because then give you more posability options. I almost would have paid a little bit more for that too. It was what, this thing's $40.
It's $40.
So if
leave it alone.
Hey, bump it up to $50. You give me that, maybe a gun. I'd be down.
It does have a gun. It's right there on the seat.
I don't think that's the...
You just got to pull it out.
I don't even think that's... Well, I guess that's kind of the scale. Hold on.
There you go.
Prepare to die. But anyways, for the... Wait a second. How is this hooked on? I thought there was a strap here. It's just kind of there. Okay, that kind of bugs me a bit, I'm not gonna lie. Is that like that on the Mortal Kombat one? I don't think so.
No, it has a strap.
That is super weird. Because he almost has it, it looks more like a shield, because he has the wrapping around the hand, but that's its own thing.
Yeah.
My guess is it's just supposed to be fused. That's... odd design choice there, but still looks cool. Gauntlet looks nice with all the spikes. Metallic looks pretty solid. Same with the chain around the waist. Huge skull. I actually like the white on him. It's like an off-white for the stripes here. Same with the head. I kind of wish the eyes were maybe a little bit more green. A little brighter.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see even from this distance.
Yeah, well, he's got a scowl look going on with him. But the sculpt for the head's actually really, really nice, though. To be honest, even with that little section there, this is probably the best Spawn figure they put out outside of maybe the Kickstarter one. And even compared to that one, because the Kickstarter Spawn, again, is kind of meant to be in a pose, because his hands got more action to him, and the way he's kind of body contorts a little bit. Yeah. You get articulation, but some poses are going to look a little weird. While with this, it's pretty stagnant. So you get a lot more variety. The chains are huge.
Yeah, I think that's because he sits down. They made it look like that, but it...
Yeah, well, they're higher up, so yeah, so you can bring up his legs. And he's got the little pouches on his legs. You got the giant boot there with the spikes, and then the wrapping around the other feet. It's really nice. And then the other thing, too, is because this gives you the option of being on or off, this isn't messed up on the back here. so you don't have like a giant indent on the back if you wanted to remove the cape to have a capeless Spawn, like with the Mcfarlane one. So overall, really solid. Like I said, it's just that little piece kind of needs something to connecting it, but other than that, I think everything else is pretty nice about this. Articulation, head can look all the way around, a little bit side to side. Arms can go up and down, all the way around. Double jointed elbow. Technically rotation of the bicep, but the shoulder kind of likes to do its own thing. Hand can rotate on the hinge, so forward and back. Nice wiggle at the chest. Really nice forward and back motion. That can rotate side to side as well. Legs, full splits, close.
Looks painful.
Forward about that far, backwards. His luscious cheeks kind of
get in the way,
impede the progress on the back. Double jointed knees. Also, not much of, like, it rotates, but it doesn't have like its own little extra hinge there. And the feet can rotate side to side. Also on a hinge, can go forward and back. And articulation at the toes. Does this one articulate? Yeah. You can almost touch the spike. So overall, it's a weird set. I'm not going to lie. Mainly because of this was an odd design choice. Again, kind of would have wished it just had a little bit of fabric coming off so that him not sitting on the throne wouldn't look weird. Because now you just have, if you want to have him posing, doing something, and this just kind of sitting there, it's going to forever have this draping
thingy
part of the. Oh, this is actually supposed to hook in there. Odd. I think that's supposed to be glued in. But anyways, but you have part of his cape just kind of hanging out here. Looks kind of odd. If you want to have this on him, looks kind of odd. So it's just awkward. But as a full thing, like if you plan on having him sitting on the throne, it looks great. If you plan on doing maybe a little bit of customizing, would look even greater, to be fair. Again, like I mentioned, probably just got out the fabric. Maybe I'll do a sort of how-to on that.
I'll definitely do the fabric because I think it would look amazing with the chair.
I do too. And again, you don't have to go crazy. But yeah, I think it would just kind of accentuate it a little bit better, personally. But as its own thing, I think for the price, I dig it. I'm going to grab me like a couple guys.
What guys you looking for?
Yeah, just any of the guys that go with Spawn.
Things to go with Spawn, huh?
Things that go with Spawn. I technically... State. He'll be in the next video. But...
This?
Got Haunt here. Oh. Haunt's murdering Spawn. Which looks really good too. Technically, I think they're about the same size. Yeah, I guess. It's technically a Marvel Legends. But this is the Angela I repainted to go along with them. Even added...
How about this?
The Spawn logos and redid the face.
We'll switch you.
Oh, the Mandarin Spawn?
I feel like he could kind of crush Spawn.
Yeah. He definitely has a lot more going on in the armor department than our boy here. To be fair. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. So help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, and become a ranger today. We also got Instagram and Patreon, pictures, Facebook. Guys, like keep up to date with you know, donate. We greatly appreciate it. And again, if you guys like to pick this guy up for yourself, follow the link in the description below to pre-order on Entertainment Earth and help support the channel. And help us defeat... Oh, actually, I already said that. So I'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
The seat's protecting him. No!
There we go. Clothesines do the trick.